What's up, guys? 84 Performance. Going over some of the stuff I've been doing today. Most of it's been exterior. It's very nice today. There was a rust spot up on the sunroof cover. Cleaned it up and threw some primer on it to help seal it. I'll go over with another coat later, and then I'll sand it down when the time comes. The other stuff I took care of was a little bit on the wheel well arch. There were some bubbles. Obviously, it goes into rot that I'll have to really go in and clean up before I fill it, and whether it be with weld or whatever, and then grind it back down and clean that up. Some other spots that I'll clean up at some point, a little bit on the body, a little bit under that trim, a little bit on the door, whatever. I may replace the door at some point just because of the amount of rust that's, on the outside of it. But that'll be a later time. I'll do another short video either later today or sometime tomorrow when the rain lets up, popping this cover off and going over the rust in the back, cleaning that up. My main focus today has really just been with the trunk. There's some rust under the tape here that I'll have to clean up. I started pulling up the sound deadening, the insulation in the trunk. I'm going to drop the fuel tank down, clean that out. Pull the spare tire. Going to vacuum all this up, clean it all up. The trunk lid has the plastic trim clips all around that you'll pop out to then remove the trim. Doing that, you'll also have the little trunk lamp that you'll pull out, two Phillips heads, pop it off, and then once that's out, there's a ground and a power supply that have wiring to it. So this is the power that goes to it, and then the ground, or then the separate wire will jump from this to the trunk switch. You'll fish the supply out of here, and you'll be able to just walk it and pop it out of that opening. The other, I kind of just fish it out of this end, and then you're good. I'll be replacing this trunk lid with the one from my donor car. You can see some rust right there. When we come to the outside, there's a dent where something hit and punched and punctured, so that's going to be rotting. Going to clean this out. I'm not going to put anything back in it. Fuel tank, going to drop that down so that I can dump some vinegar and really clean that out. So that's going to drop out the bottom, and I'll get to that. You can see kind of where I already slapped some primer down there. Inside, haven't done a whole lot since last time. I'll eventually end up either pulling and selling or just getting rid of entirely the red trim. If somebody wants it, I'll clean it up best I can and they can use it. I will never touch it again. You can see under the dash how kind of rotten and disgusting it is. I'm going to end up, because they're always cracked or something, I'm going to probably cut out the sections I don't need and then just fab up something or 3D print something and model it to work, to hold whatever's there in place if I keep the HVAC system in. Floor pans, I'm gonna get them from the company Classic Euro Parts. It's a Lithuanian company. They manufacture them by hand, the floor pans. In talking with them, I told them, hey, I'm documenting everything I do, and if you could have pictures of manufacturing the pans, that would be fantastic. They offered to give me a discount in exchange for shouting them out and stuff, and I'm like, guys, I greatly appreciate that. I said I got like 800 people on Instagram, and I got like mostly friends and family among like the 15, 16 subscribers I got. I'm like, I appreciate it, but I'm like, I feel bad, you guys give me a discount for something that minimal. So they had said, no worries. They love supporting people that are rebuilding this stuff. So again, I told them I don't want or need the discount because I'd feel guilty about that. What I will be doing is I'll be doing all the welding myself between the interior and the exterior spot. I am going to be getting a 8-point cage put in the car. That kind of ties down to the engine swap that I had mentioned that I'd be talking about. It's going to get the S85, the 5-liter V10 out of the M5, M6 from the mid to late 2000s. Going to rebuild this motor. It's the M30 B32. It's the M30 B34 out of my 635. So that engine's a lot dirtier. I'll be replacing the obviously from the 635. A lot of the parts are the same. Swapping the boot over, replacing all the gaskets with the exhaust, the studs, and everything. Distributor rotor, all the wiring, coolant lines, coolant hoses, everything's going to get swapped out. I got some shit on one of the e24 groups about using Euro parts. It's a brand. They're not known for their best quality, but it's a coolant hose. Nothing wrong with using a fucking cheaper brand for a coolant hose if it's still known as a good hose. You know, it's not like it's an individual like mechanical part that'll really fail. Someone said, oh, you know, it might not fit right. Fucking cool. Return it and get another one. Fuck out of here. So yeah, it'll be getting a whole new cooling system, rebuilding the engine. It's going to be getting obviously new bearings. It's going to get new rings for the pistons, all new filters. I have all the clamps, bolts, hardware, and everything. Gaskets for the exhaust because that's going to have to come apart to get everything out. Head gasket, obviously. You know, all the gaskets for the engine. Essentially a new fuel system. I'm going to make new fuel lines, clean out like the terminal box. I may end up relocating that into the interior of the car to clean up the engine bay, especially for the swap. But yeah, that's the current state of it. Going to keep going on with cleaning out the trunk and getting to some rust repair in here. And next time you guys see the inside of the trunk, at least, it'll all be cleaned out for the most part. Get all the yellow glue out, you know, vacuum out inside the cubbies, you know, back in here, clean everything out in here that needs to get cleaned out, and go from there. So, and then it'll have a discolored trunk lid so that I don't have the rotten one with all the fucking black mold. So, yeah, that's the current state of this, and I'll do another video later. So I appreciate you guys, and have a great day.